welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome to my returning subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who has been here since the very beginning. A big welcome to all of my new subscribers this month as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your presence on this channel. And a big thank you to everybody who has dropped comments below my videos this month for your chance to win a free reading. Be sure to check your notification bells because I've recently reached out to one of my winners and I'm waiting to hear back from them. So be sure to check your notifications in case I have notified you and you've just missed it. And if you're new to the channel, please join us, subscribe to the channel, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. It's just my way of thanking my beautiful returning subscribers for coming back and for their friendship. So please do that. Drop your comment below and be sure to hit your notification bell though so that I can notify you if you're chosen the winner and we can get the ball rolling. If you have stumbled across this channel for the very first time, I do pick a card readings on this channel. I do try to release at least 3 or 4 times a week, so be sure to check back if this is not a topic that you're interested in. And be sure to leave your topic suggestions as well in the comments section. I love to hear your ideas. I sometimes will put polls out on the community tab to just get your ideas and pick your brains about what you want to see covered here on the Tarot channel, or on the Tarot Cottage channel. For today's pick a card, we are looking at who is watching you and why. So this doesn't have to necessarily be a love reading, it could be, but we're looking at who is keeping tabs on you, who is interested in watching you, and why are they so focused on you at this time. We do have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the little white flower and the Be the Light card. Pile number 2 with the purple flower and the Elk Medicine Woman card. And pile number 3 with the yellow flower and the Warrior Goddess card. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting today from Spirit. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. And again, today we're asking Spirit about who is keeping tabs on you, who is watching you, and why are they so interested in you at this time. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the white flower. Or you were drawn to the You Are the Light card, Be the Light, and this is your reading. Who is watching you and why? This card says, when darkness surrounds you, be the light. You are the light, number 17. So Aquarius energy. And you can see that there's this big long braid flowing down. And sometimes the braid for me is a symbol of worrying about other people's thoughts about us, worried about other people's opinions coming down onto the situation. But it's also a symbol of wisdom. Sorry, I had to pause you to take a drink there because I was coughing. But it's also a symbol of wisdom as well, and everything that you've gained over your life, all the awareness that you should be proud of, sort of gets wrapped into the braid. But you could be really concerned about who's watching you. Maybe you have an insecurity around what other people think naturally. Maybe you worry about that a lot. But it says, when darkness surrounds you, you be the light. So this could also mean that people are watching you because they feel inspired by what you're doing. They could be watching you because they're intrigued by what you're doing, or maybe you're doing something that's really outside of their comfort zone, or you're living your life in a way that's really outside of their comfort zone, and there might be some type of judgment that they're experiencing, but it has nothing to do with your energy. It has everything to do with how you're triggering other people. So let's take a look here and see who is watching you and why. Pile number 1. Now you could be this Aquarius energy. Maybe people just naturally are drawn to you. Somebody is looking at you, perhaps from afar as well, maybe wishing upon you. And in this card, you can see she's holding on to a little bird cage. It's like somebody perhaps feels like you slipped away or got away from them. We have the Sun coming out with the Magician. Whoops. Oh no, it is somebody that feels like you got away, pile 1. This could be somebody from your youth, from your past. This could be somebody who had a really great sense of humor, really kind of sarcastic sense of humor. And this is somebody who really thought it would be easier to walk away from you than it actually is. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands coming out with the Strength. Very strong emphasis on Leo energy here. And there's the Page of Swords. Back of the deck is the Three of Pentacles, and we have the King of Cups. So the person that is watching you, first of all, there's a very strong internet energy here. So they're watching your social media. And truthfully, it's like Every time they watch your social media, I feel like they get triggered or prompted to reach out or to say something to you, make contact in some type of way, and then they fall short in that ability to actually launch themselves towards you. It's like they just can't seem to find the courage or the strength. And this is somebody that is talking about longevity in relation to a disconnect from you. So emotionally or physically far away from you. Perhaps in relation to time or distance. And you are the light. This is in relation to you. When darkness surrounds you, be the light. You are the light. When this person feels low, when they feel down, when they feel frustrated, they go back to a time period that involves you, where there was more happiness, more levity, more abundance. And this person claims to have sort of evolved into love. Like I feel like there was friendship or something here. They loved you in the past, but like they still love you. They feel very strongly attached to you. So they're not watching you in a negative way. They're not watching you in it doesn't even feel obsessive or anything. It feels emotionally driven, to be honest. Because this person watches you in relation to what could have been between the two of you. And I feel like they jumped to conclusions when it came to you in the first place. Like maybe they just thought this was just a friendship, and time and space has told them that that is wrong. That is not the case, that there was more to that connection than meets the eye. But I also feel like there was very young childlike energy in the past, and then we're moving into adulthood. So you may have come of age with this person. So they were ill-equipped. It's like they had no experience to launch themselves from or to compare that connection to. And now I feel like they've had moments of comparison. They've been able to compare your connection to other connections that they've experienced, and they've fallen short. They really feel like they jumped to conclusions when it came to you in the past. And I keep hearing that song, In Another Life, I Would Be Your Girl. I keep hearing that Katy Perry song. Because they keep talking about seeing the light. It's like, I see the light. I've had my aha moment. I've had my epiphany in relation to you. And there's an emphasis on them wanting to share that epiphany with you even today. We have the Five of Swords and we have the Chariot. I feel like it was a very also mutual connection in the past of this connection too. But they were not privy to that. They weren't aware that it was mutual. There's a really strong Cancer energy here. And I feel like almost for two of you could be, like there could be two people watching who were Cancers together. I also feel a really strong Leo energy coming through as well. And now I feel like every time they feel an impulsion to reach out to you, I feel like there are limitations to that. So they don't know if you've moved into, sorry, my throat's closing. Excuse me. They don't know if you've moved into another connection. Maybe they've moved into another connection, but they're just worried about the obstacles, and they're worried about self-preservation. They don't want to get rejected by you if they were to jump to conclusions about the mutual feelings between the two of you. So they're kind of torn about what to do. And I keep hearing that song Torn by Natalie Imbruglia now. I hear torn. It's like, I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. They're a very, I don't want to say they're a very dramatic person, but they're a very emotionally dramatic when it comes to your connection. They may not be like that on their day-to-day life, but when it comes to you, there's a lot of sort of emotion and dramatic emotion wrapped up around you. There's the Strength again. Leo energy, very strong here. And there's a lot of sort of mastery of that strength going on in the midst of this connection, despite the disconnect. It's very interesting to me how nothing goes to waste. Like even when we think that when we're disconnected and there's nothing going on behind the scenes, there's so much epiphanies and awareness and full spectrum being offered to us behind the scenes. Because this person's strength continually is tested, even in relation to you today. It was tested in the past, it's tested today as well. And we have the Two of Pentacles, and they're just, this person is watching you because they just can't let it go. They just can't let this go. This flirtation cycle between the two of you that existed, the unfinished cycles, the unfinished potential that could have existed. There is this like timing is on their shoulders too. Like they just have so many concerns in relation to you that they can't even commit to releasing the expectations because they're so out of balance when it comes to this connection. And they feel stuck within it. We have the King of Pentacles here, and we also have the Knight of Cups. There is an emphasis on divine water energy for the divine masculine. So they could be the water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The divine feminine could definitely be the fire sign here. So take that as it resonates to your situation. It's less important about the signs than it is about the emotions wrapped around those signs and what they represent. This King of Pentacles here is somebody who is rooted to their situation now, rooted into this tree. So they could have moved into a commitment cycle of some kind. They've definitely grown up, this person that's watching you. And I feel like they're watching you because they just don't know how to let it go. It's almost, it's not obsessive, but it is a habit, Spirit says. Now with the Page and the 8 together, it's a habit that they've formed in watching you. Because they're still trying to learn more. It's like they're in this perpetual state of wanting to gather and learn more about you and about how you feel about the situation, because they didn't take advantage of the opportunity when they had it to just ask or to just be vulnerable enough to see if you would match that frequency. We have the Knight of Cups here in the back of the deck. And, you know, this would have been somebody that was very generous with you in the past, in the way that they treated you. They were very kind to you. You may remember them as somebody who was always polite and always nice to you and just set themselves apart or tried to set themselves apart as a nice guy, as a gentleman. They still want you to see them in that light. Who is watching pile number 1 and why, please? Because they like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming, fun flirting, and wanting to date you. It came in the reversal because the truth is that there's been evolution. There's been time and space between the two of you. Lots of experiences, lots of awareness. But that's why they keep watching you. Because they miss you. They want reunions of some kind. And they do have this feeling that nothing's really changed for them. You may be the one that sort of got away, and now they look to you to sort of focus upon abundance. When they're feeling low, when they're feeling emotional, they look to that. Because it's been a bit of a habit that they've formed since the past of this connection. They are claiming to be a runner in a codependent relationship, that they had a fear of intimacy in the past, and they listened to their ego. And we have mirroring each other. Relationships reflect our wounds and introspection. So they spent lots and lots of time wondering if this was mutual. I do feel like it was very, very mutual. And the truth is that when they moved away from the connection, they really thought it would be easier to clear out the cycle, but all they've done is this constant reflection. Back of the deck says twin flames, yin yang, coupling each other and complementing each other. So this could have been sort of a prompt towards further reflection, further healing in your life. This could be representing a connection from your past, this person that's watching you, as like that, you know, your first love, or someone where it teeters on first love, but we never actually accomplished that first love. And it's kind of like the one that got away. That's what it feels like. This person thinks that you are the one that got away. Who is watching you and why? You have here, you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. And we also have water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Back of the deck says longing for home. Homesick for the stars. And you are the star. You could be the Aquarius energy here. You're the star of Aquarius that they're longing for. That's why they keep watching for you, because they're homesick. They're longing for the past in this moment. And when they are, it says here, when the darkness surrounds you, be the light. You're the light. So when they need to feel like they are tending to their own garden, when they feel overwhelmed, they go back to what is familiar. They go back to looking at something that makes them feel at home, that makes them feel more comfortable. You give them a sense of connection still to this day, because they want to make the assumption that this is mutual. They jump to that conclusion, even if it's not the case. They jump to that conclusion because that's what their heart space needs in that moment to fulfill that sense of loneliness, or to kind of fill up that cup of loneliness in that moment. Who is watching pile number 1 and why, please? We have here not unsuccessful plans. And it's like you made them very nervous in the past. I think of my stomach being in a knot. I also think of tying the knot. So somebody who could be in a commitment cycle at this time. Maybe you are as well. But someone that you made very nervous. And they felt like there was unresolved issues, unsuccessful plans. I feel like they were the ones who were very concerned about how you felt about them in the past. And they let that concern sort of snowball. Period of prosperity and abundance. The bread. And opportunity or windfall reverse. So they do feel like there was this carrot, this opportunity with you. Even though they have a lot to be grateful for, they're calling you sort of the best thing since sliced bread. And they are thinking that they kind of missed out on the best thing. Because you were very highly thought of. You were then, you still are today. Even though they've moved into new timelines in their life, new jobs, new careers, new placements, there's something about you. It's like, I want to stick a pin in it. I don't want it to go anywhere. I want it to be preserved. And ultimately, that's why they're watching you. There's something about your past together, the connection together, the innocence of the connection, the potential that was never seen that they want to preserve in this present moment. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. What was the very last thought that this person had about pile 1 in the bowl, please? The person watching over or watching pile 1. We have here the King of Swords reversed, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Now, the last thought that this person had about you was this spark that could have led to change. Could have being the operative word, because they never spoke about their truth. And they do sort of blame themselves for that. They also wonder if your connections or if your emotions towards them are real or are still in place or still intact at this time. There's also a really strong, powerful energy surrounding motherhood and fatherhood. So both of you could have moved into those realms. We have the letter P. We have when reverse. It's like, when will they get closure? We have direction down. We have the slow hands off. So somebody who has perhaps been watching you for a while, because there's the star of Aquarius with the fairy and the crescent moon. So secretly watching you, keeping their feelings to themselves. You feel like you're very far away or that they unattainable. We also have Star of Aquarius here with the starfish and the good luck on the side of the divine masculine. Perhaps not recognizing that they didn't have to be so scared in the past, that they probably had good luck on their side if they had just taken some type of action. We have a teddy bear, I think of children. We also have a little fawn here that's hesitating, so somebody who hesitated in youth. And we have peace in the heart, so unfinished cycles or lack of closure. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. And be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so, so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner. You can also check out my link for Etsy below if you are interested in a personal reading. But I really hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the purple flower and to the elk medicine woman, and this is your reading. Who is watching you and why? Now, the first impression that I got from this elk medicine woman is about you and the strength that you've shown. It's kind of like trailblazing energy. This could be in your career or just how you present yourself to the world, but there's almost like an admiration energy that I'm feeling here. You were even drawn to the purple flower, which is all about ascension and moving into your royalty. And she's got these antlers coming out of her head, which really symbolizes strength and your ability to endure. So this could be in relation to why somebody is watching you or what they're perceiving about your experience. So let's take a look here and see. Who is watching you and why for pile number 2, please? We have here the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Back of the deck we have the King of Cups, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I am getting a multiple message and energy coming through here. I do feel like there could be somebody in relation to your work realm or your work goals that could be keeping a tab on you. And it does feel like there's admiration there. Like it feels like this person kind of looks to you as a guidance light or a guiding light. It's like you make things look easy, but that's the appearances are very deceiving here because it hasn't been easy for you. You're really strong. You've powered through your obstacles. You've powered through your insecurities, but you make it look easy. There's this admiration even surrounding how you look. So I feel like there could be somebody who's almost, it doesn't feel like it's romantic in nature for this first section of the reading. It feels like this person almost wants to be you, to be honest. And I'm seeing that scene from Interview with the Vampire when Kirsten Dunst sees that beautiful woman and they think that she just wants to like eat this woman, and she's like, I don't want to eat her, I want to be her. And that's what it feels like, somebody who's almost admiring you. Now this could come across as a little bit of jealousy that you could be experiencing in the work realm with somebody else. Maybe they have resting bitch face or something. It's like they give you the impression that maybe they don't like you, but the truth is that you trigger something inside of them. You trigger a potential that they know they have, but it's like they don't know if they have the strength to do what you've done to get there. And so I do feel like there's this admiration energy here surrounding you. The way that you carry yourself with grace. You make it look easy. And it's like this person gets frustrated and almost jealous in relation to you because you make it look so easy. It's not easy, but you make it look so easy. And it's like they're adamantly waiting for their opportunity to have great positions offered to them. Or there's just something about your work realm. There's somebody in your work realm who watches you very closely. And I feel like they are almost, I feel like they kill you with kindness sometimes, even though you can kind of see through it. Maybe they're really ingenuine when they talk to you, but they wear really heavy masks and act really friendly with you perhaps. But I feel like you see right through this person. And the truth is that this person they want to be in the position that you're in. They want to feel as beautiful as you, or they want to, and maybe you don't even feel that way about yourself. Again, appearances are deceiving because your strength is being highlighted here by spirit, and they don't see the strength inside of you. They just see where you're at in life, and they want to be where you're at in life. So there's an envy energy surrounding you. But I'm also getting a secondary message coming in from a divine masculine energy who has almost like a crush-like energy on you, who is also watching you. So I feel like it's like you present such a force. It's like the bat signal. It's like other people are going to see you. People in the world are going to see you. You're going to draw attention. It's like you stop traffic, and you don't even recognize that you stop traffic. It's like I just saw Marilyn Monroe. And there was this scene in this documentary that I seen with Marilyn Monroe where she just would be walking down the street with a friend and she'd say, I'm just going to become her, speaking about the character of Marilyn Monroe. And all she had to do is just shift her vibration. All of a sudden, people would start looking at her on the street. It's like she didn't even recognize how powerful her presence is, that there's people who notice you. And that's going to draw both positive and negative attention. Negative in the way that some people who are drawn to your light and can't achieve that light are going to throw maybe, again, masks at you, maybe have negative intentions. But I don't really feel negative intentions even from this energy surrounding the jealousy or the comparison. They don't have negative intentions. It's almost just like they want a clue as to how to break through to where you're at or how you feel about yourself. But I just saw the Two of Cups, and so there's also somebody who's watching you who's very interested in a relationship with you. But there's also a lot of obstacles to get to that relationship, which is why they're showing the Hanged Man with the piranhas. It's like if I tried to plow through the obstacles, I could get devoured. And when they watch you, it's interesting because the Judgment doesn't talk about them judging you. Again, any person that's kind of watching you or has their gaze upon you, you trigger a judgment within themselves. You trigger them to judge themselves and their position and the imbalances that they feel in relation to you. So even if they don't recognize that, even if it's in a jealousy aspect, that's exactly what's happening. You're triggering them. Not because there's anything wrong with you or what you're doing, but because there's something that they are trying to match with your frequency, that they feel like they're falling short. And in the secondary message of a divine masculine energy who's very focused upon you, this person wants an opportunity with you. It's like they want an opportunity with you. But it's like they feel like they have to wait for it, or there's danger. They have to be graceful about the approach. And I just heard this person's stronger than they look. So I don't know if that gives you a hint of who this person is. It's like maybe they have a small frame or something. They're stronger than they look. Aries energy coming forward. You have the Five of Pentacles. And again, that secondary message is coming in too. We have double messages for you, pal, too. Because on one hand, you do have people on the opposite side of the spectrum who envy you or who watch you because they are almost comparing you to themselves, unfortunately. Like they feel a deficit within themselves. And what do we do when we feel negative about ourselves? We look for reasons in our outside realm to bolster that message. We look for reasons to feel worse about ourselves. It's like, if I feel terrible about how I look, the worst thing I can do is go on Instagram and look at a bunch of beautiful people. And that's what these people like do. They look at you as the goal. And it's interesting because I feel like that's not who you are. I feel like you're not walking around with this mindset of I'm better than everybody else. You have so many goals to self-improve, and they don't even see that. But that's really speaks to how we don't see other people's experiences in a very clear way. The secondary message about this male energy that's watching you, they're afraid of losing a lot if they approach you. So they wear a lot of heavy masks around you. And I feel like that could be in relation to the work realm as well. So they could be in a boss position because they're in a leadership role. They're protecting some type of karmic situation. So karmic job, karmic relationship, their position. And this would be somebody that you would collaborate with in the work realm. So you maybe work closely with them. We have the Page of Swords, and there they are watching. It's interesting because the Page of Swords, as the watcher, we expect him to be up top. That's where he was in the first pile for today's reading. And in this case, he's supporting the opportunity. So somebody who's adamantly waiting perhaps for you to notice them, adamantly waiting for change to happen to them and not being the change. Here's the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. There's a really strong water energy surrounding the divine masculine that's watching you, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and it still is in relation to the work realm. So I feel like you're getting a lot of attention in the work realm overall because of position. Some of the jealousy actually coming from the other energy, the female energy towards you, could be in relation to this person's attention towards you as well. So take that as it resonates. The masculine energy really tries to put their best foot forward around you. So this would be the type of person that's very generous with you emotionally, generous with their time. I feel like they're even really, when you guys are talking, they're very animated when they talk to you. Like they're making it very obvious that they have some type of feeling towards you. Who is watching you and why, please? We have here your life as a canvas, artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. And we have activated earth, power plants, ley lines, and trust where you are led. Back of the deck says cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Now the activated earth is really in relation in this moment to this Page of Pentacles, and the activated earth it's in relation to both of those energies that are watching you, because you activate people. As I said, you trigger responses in people. You make them want to work harder, or you make them feel, I don't want to say you make them feel bad about themselves, because that's not your intention, and that's not you doing that. That's that person sort of fueling that belief at themselves. So they're doing it to themselves, but you definitely trigger that. You activate a feeling inside of people. You just do. You have a presence about you. And maybe, again, you don't see it in yourself, but you have a presence about you that activates. They are responsible for their own activations. They're responsible about how they apply that force towards you. You just need to keep doing you. That's what Spirit says. Here with the Elk Medicine Woman, even with the Knight of Pentacles that comes out for you, perfectly in relation here to number 36. They don't want any of these distractions to get in the way of your greatness and what you are sort of applying your force towards, because whatever path you're on right now, you're on the right path, and you are headed towards a lot of, first of all, practical abundance, but that's secondary to the emotional scope or the emotional abundance that's already going to be present within you before that physical abundance is manifested. So you are on the right track here. And Spirit doesn't want you to let any person, place, or thing distract you from that path. Even if you're triggering other people, that's their path to walk at this time, to deal with their triggers, to activate, to use their activations in whatever form they come in, whatever inspiration they come in this point, in the form of you, to create changes in their own experience. And that's what you've done for these people. That's why they're watching you. Ultimately, Spirit's even bringing in the spiritual reason why perhaps they're drawn to your energy, because you're like a light. And the focus that you show, the determination that you show, acts as almost like a roadmap for other souls, other energies. Now here with the cracked bottom, or cracked open on the bottom, that's in relation to sort of the triggers, especially for people who are jealous towards you, the triggers that bring those people down to that place. It's like they're already sitting at the bottom. And this sort of cracks open that truth for them and allows it as, again, a launching pad for them. It's a possibility for them to see where they're going wrong and to follow you into that greatness. But that's not your responsibility to kind of focus upon. You just keep doing you, Spirit says. Why are they watching pile number 2, please? We have photograph looking at you, wanting to make memories with you. It's beauty too with the elk woman here. The 9 of Pentacles, physical beauty. And I keep hearing that song, She Don't Know She's Beautiful. Physical beauty. It says here, girl with a snake, empath and narcissistic paradigm, being charmed or used, enabled or boundaries. And mask, wearing a mask, not showing their true feelings, hiding, personifying, diluting, gaslighting. I will say that the female energy that I feel like is focused on you, they are making assumptions about you that are not true. So they may feel like you are kind of, that you think highly of yourself, or that, and that's not a negative thing either, but that you think too highly of yourself, or that you are pompous in some type of way. Again, that's not your responsibility for other people's assertions about who you are. They're going through their own sort of cycle of activation. They're going through their own cycle of insecurity, and that's devouring them in this moment, and that's their obstacle. That's their obstacle in this moment. But there's like a female energy that I feel like is jealous, and I feel like there's a male energy that I feel like is intrigued, falling for you, or in the very least very, very attracted to you. Who is watching you and why? We have here, pay attention to your health, the cane. We also have May being significant. I do think of Taurus energy. And I think about, bosses. So take that as it resonates. I do feel like the masculine energy that is watching you is older than you. And I don't feel like they're going to take any type of action. I feel like they're going to just maintain that watcher attitude. We have Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. But we have here, temptation will test you. So temptation, we also have muddled, unclear thinking. So there's something about you. You're that apple. You are this apple of temptation. It also is a reference to me about education and about sort of seeking out more education. And so the people, the boastful person that you should not cross, the arrogant person that perhaps is watching you, they're not thinking clearly. They don't see you. They don't see you for who you actually are. So Spirit doesn't want you to internalize that at all. And you may be, again, a very insecure person that would be tempted to fall down that rabbit hole of self-judgment. And they don't want you to do that. We have here success and love. And I feel like that perfectly sums up these two energies that are watching you. One is focused on your success. One is focused on the emotional realm or the romantic realm surrounding you. Oh, we also have happiness and July, Cancer energy being significant here in the back of the deck. Oops. Who is watching pile number 2, please, and why? We have Canary, singing your own song. And that's exactly what Spirit wants you to continue doing. Surrender to the path that you're on, because you're on a beautiful path. They keep highlighting your path, pile 2. And how, you know, we're all here singing our own individual songs, and there's going to be judgment thrown at us from every realm, whether it's positive or negative. And our jobs as spiritual beings having the human experience here is to try to edge ourselves as close as possible to that position where we are judging something as neither good nor bad. It just is what it is. And we're not going to get there perhaps in this lifetime. We're all trying. But that's what Spirit's advice is for you, pile 2, is to just surrender to your own song. Don't concern yourself about the opinions of other people, the people who are watching, the people who are judging, or the people who are even wanting you, because the truth is that they're all serving as distractions in this moment to your path. So they want you to keep moving forward, because you're heading towards a lot of abundance. And they're saying that this is the moment for you. Like they're talking about this last push of coasting into more abundance. So you could even have a bigger breakthrough than you ever intended in life and in love coming forward as well. Back of the deck says, love is all around, Nightingale Spirit. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Oh, we have the Ace of Wands. Why are these people watching pile number 2 in the bowl, please? We have the Queen of Cups reversed, and we do have the Ten of Swords. Now, coming from the Divine Feminine energy that I feel like could be watching you, there is a bit of a emotional manipulative energy surrounding that energy, surrounding her. And she has her ego transfixed upon you in some way. It almost feels like jealousy, to be honest. But you're sparking change within her. So there are some positives to some of the focus that she's having on you, because you're sparking some change within her. And this Ten of Swords, it's like, it talks about somebody whose ego is focused on you. It's not necessarily good for her, but hopefully she comes to the end of that cycle here with the Ten of Swords and ends that cycle so she can clearly see herself in the light of that new day. So they don't want you to internalize this person's feelings. You may know who this person is. Maybe they're a very emotional person. They could be the Cancer energy. But their ego is transfixed upon you. We have H and T. Those could be initials. We have no matter where. We have Sagittarius energy, and we have the Queen of Swords. They're asking you for focus. They're talking about you being like really driven, really focused towards your goals. I almost feel like somebody watching could be moving into an entrepreneurial realm in the future, like very soon. We have here somebody who wants to be in a relationship with you, but we have the Star of Aquarius, and it's the white one, so surrendering into clarity. They're talking about the difference between the relationship aspect with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, who focuses upon you because she wants to move through the same cycles, or there's a jealousy connected to you. We also have the Hatchet for the Tree of Life. So commitment, cycles, work realm, home realm at times as well. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonated with you. And if it did, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the yellow flower, or to the warrior goddess here, and this is your reading. Who is watching you and why? Now, the warrior goddess number 25 breaks down to a 7, which is talking about obstacles and challenges. And she's got her hair in braids, but they kind of look like peacock feathers. And so there's a sense of position being an issue. It's like the warrior goddess here, she's ready for battle. She's ready to go charging through. So this could be in relation to your determination and people watching you because you're determined. And there's a war perhaps within them in relation to you here with the warrior goddess. Maybe you inspire them in some type of way to take action. But let's take a look and see who is watching you and why. Who is watching pile number 3, please? And why? Page of Pentacles. She's surrounded by all of this star energy as well, which just grabbed my attention too. So it's like a battle cry. It's like I'm hearing a battle cry. We have the Tower. The Chariot. The Seven of Cups. Back of the deck is the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Oh my goodness. So this person that is watching you is planning on taking action towards you, actually. They're trying to build up the courage to take some sort of action towards you. Let me just get a different deck here to clarify as we go. This person has been watching you or having some type of feeling for you, emotional feelings for you for some time. I feel like for a while. Because they've already had their epiphany when it comes to you. They can't unfeel their feelings. They already know how they feel. What they don't know is how you feel. And so they're jumping to conclusions right now because they're assuming that you don't feel the same way. Sometimes they're assuming that you feel completely the same as them. And so they're kind of torn between two realities right now. We have the Five of Cups. And this person is watching you intently at this time because they don't want to make any mistakes and they don't want to lose out on the chance. It's like they're afraid to lose out on the chance. But they're also kind of afraid of chaos and havoc. It's like they're afraid of the chaos and havoc that change brings. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, they're afraid of that. Afraid of that moment. And so it's like they've been trying, it's almost like they feel like they've been putting out feelers, or they've been, it's like sending out thought waves or something towards you to try to lessen the blow or to try to lessen the risk associated with coming towards you in some type of way. This person claims to like love you. Like they claim to like really have emotional connections towards you that are really strong and permanent. I feel like they want you to love them back, but they don't know if you do. We have the Five of Wands. And they're at the edge of glory, Spirit just says. They're at the precipice of change. They're feeling that prompt. They're feeling the trigger to react to all of this pressure that they're creating for themselves by watching you. And they're faltering a bit when it comes to actually taking action. But that's the thing, is that the Chariot needs the strength to push it forward. And here's the Eight of Wands. I feel like this is a very playful person. I feel like they have a really sharp wit. And they may be somebody that like, because I heard Spirit just call them a little imp. It's like in a playful way. It's like they're always like playfully putting in little digs or making little jokes. You have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. It's like they're so afraid that you're going to reject them. So they've gone into a bit of a victim mentality where they are assuming that they're not going to get what they want out of this situation. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Four of Wands. And here at the Hanged Man, it's a scarecrow. And the crow can vocalize. The crow has the ability to vocalize like a parrot. And so it's like they're not speaking what they want to speak. They're not saying what they want to say, and they're just surrendering, even though they can see really good positive aspects. Like they picture themselves in a relationship with you, and that's why they're so focused on you, why they're watching you, because they feel this prompt or this trigger to more. And when they think about the two of you being together, they feel really confident. Like it boosts their ego. It makes them feel good. They want to build a life with you, or they want to build, in the very least, the beginnings of a relationship with you here. But they're not convinced that you feel the same way. This person gets kind of jealous when it comes to you. And so far, they haven't had the follow through that they need in order to create change. I do feel like there is Divine Feminine and Divine Feminine energy here together. So that may resonate with you. It doesn't have to, of course, because it's all about energy. It has nothing to do with gender, but I am feeling Divine Feminine energy with Divine Feminine energy. This person gets very jealous as well in relation to you. And they're just afraid to really just take their shot or shoot their shot, because it's like they're so convinced maybe you don't feel the same way, or that there won't be anything that progresses beyond this proclamation that could change everything. I feel like a lot is riding on this too. We have stop, embrace winter, the great cosmic womb, the void reversed. And when we're in the great cosmic womb, we're safe, we're warm, we're protected, we're incubating. So this person's incubating a plan, but as soon as we're born, we have to take that big, strong breath of air. It hurts our lungs. It's shocking. So it's like they're afraid to shock you with their true feelings. They're afraid to tell you how they truly feel because they're afraid it'll be shocking. So it's like it's comfortable in the void. It's cozy in here. There's no growth, but I can at least, in the very least, fantasize, and I can stay safe in that fantasy. But they really want to take action towards you. Like, they really want momentum. We have star family. You're part of a team of souls. Call and support. And we do have portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards and wild card. And it came in reverse because I feel like they almost want you to decide. It's like that's why they're putting out feelers, or that's why they're trying to make it obvious, or at least through their thought waves or their thought shapes, they're trying to send you information because it's easier for you to act than it is for them to act. That's just natural. But they want that portal to open. That's why they're watching you. But they want you to be the one to make the decision so that they aren't the one with all of the weight of the rejection sitting on their shoulders if that's what happens as a result. But it's like they don't want to lose the chance. They're afraid of kind of spending too much time focusing on what can't be done. And that's what Spirit's worried about too, is them spending way too much time focusing on what could happen in the negative, and not enough time focusing upon solutions to create more clarity between the two of you, because they're afraid to surrender to that. But this warrior goddess says that they're trying to build up the courage, like a war cry. They're just afraid of what you think about them. But they see the possibilities of more with you. Who is watching you and why? We have here lightning. We have the Tower, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. Because they, on one hand, they're afraid of the sudden change. On the other hand, they know it's necessary to move into a timeline with you. And you're the goal. Because they want stability, security, permanency, flexibility, growth in your connection. And the back of the deck says, Grim Reaper reversed. It says here the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. And it was coming in reverse because it's like they feel like they get one shot at this, and if they get rejected, that's it. They'll fall back and they will never say it again. So they feel stuck. They're a bit in a state of inertia right now because they don't have the courage at this moment to take shape, or to not take shape, but to express themselves to you in some way. But they know which direction they want to go in. They just don't know if they have the courage, which is why perhaps they have to tap into this warrior goddess within them in order to create the epiphany with you, because they assume you don't know how they feel. Now, you may know exactly how this person feels. You may know who this person is. They're not really even emphasizing friendship. They're not really emphasizing the work realm at this moment in time. For someone watching, that could be the case. But that's not a priority in this connection. We have new job or career. But in this case, this pin card for me is about putting a pin in something new. Wanting to protect something new. Wanting to protect the potential here. But there's that peacock. It says beware of greed. But it's the emphasis is on the peacock for me. And feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. And I don't feel that about this person, but I feel like they're not being honest with you about how they feel about you because of great pride, because of position, because of the worry of judgment. And this is somebody who maybe goes over the top when it comes to wearing masks. So they may kind of overcompensate when they're trying to convince people that they don't feel a certain way or they aren't a certain way. We have younger woman, dealing with a relationship with a younger woman. And when I see the Princess Leia hair, I do think about Star Wars, and I think about that scene where Princess Leia kisses her brother by accident because she doesn't know who he is. So I think about like a relationship that would be considered, like you have to be careful about it, or there's just something that other people might judge about it. So take that as it resonates. And again, other people's judgments don't really matter, do they? So maybe there is a bit of an age gap here. We have here new creative ideas, new ventures, and wanting a fresh start. And that's why they're watching you, Pile 3, because they just want a shot. They want a chance here. And we have an announcement. There's momentum here for announcements. There's a momentum for movement. This person wants to proclaim something to you, but we have pale, time to get out of a situation. It's like, before I make a mess, I better get out of the situation. So they're teetering between those two realities of revealing themselves to you or just maintaining the fantasy. But if they maintain the fantasy, then they're just sort of a shadow of what could be in this connection. And we have watch your words, the parrot spirit, which is interesting because, as we said, there's an emphasis on crow energy earlier, and the crow can vocalize, the crow can speak. And so there's this aspect about being careful about what they say, hoping that perhaps you'll respond instead of them having to respond, and then watching their words and trying to send thought shapes to you as well. Back of the deck is frog spirit, clear out the clutter. Now, this could really relate to you being a very intuitive person. There's a healing energy surrounding the Queen of Cups. So you could be a healer of some kind or have just a very empathetic spirit. And it's really speaking to your ability to tune into this person's frequency. So this may not come as a huge surprise to you that this person is actually really focused on you and watching you and the reasons why. I feel like you're very intuitive and you would be able to pick up on this person's feelings towards you. So this may not come as a huge shock or surprise to you about this connection. But this person is very careful about what they say and do around you. They may even come across as a little bit cold sometimes. And again, that's just to throw you off or to protect themselves. Advice for pile 3 in the bowl, please. The last thought that this person had about pile number 3. There's the Hierophant in the reverse position. So there could be a workplace connection for some watching, but I don't feel like that's an overarching theme. This person is more so afraid of permanent commitments, maybe not afraid of moving into a relationship with you, but not ready for a commitment cycle at this time. This could also be somebody who has a problem with authority. Like maybe they don't like working for other people. Maybe they work for themselves. It's like they don't really like listening to the notes of other people, and they're very creative. Could be a very creative person. But there's the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Cups in this case is speaking about them intending to come forward with some type of offer towards you, pile 3. But there's a bit of a cog in the wheel of that Wheel of Fortune, because they're also afraid of taking that leap at the same time. But they have intention. I wouldn't be surprised if ultimately there was some sort of proclamation or some sort of clarity between the two of you. We have the letter D. We do have the Rose of Empowerment. We have here, she believed she could, so she did. I think of Marilyn Monroe. I think about purpose. I also believe in the intentions of this person and their ability to create change. I feel like they will create change here. In the very least, they're going to proclaim something and they won't be able to take back. But they're feeling restless about that. They're really trying to find the strength to plow through, but they have enough attraction to you that I feel like they're going to be able to accomplish it. We have strawberry here. I do think about strawberry wine. I think about 17, Aquarius energy, the leaf of change and grace. And we have the dragonfly, and the dragonfly is determined. The dragonfly is an active participant in its own evolution. And so there's something about changing direction, somebody who's wanting to take action towards you. There's Cupid's arrow, and there's the ice pick. As I said, there could be air quality around this person, so Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. They don't have to be. We also have the Queen of Cups. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. But there's something about the cool exterior that this person puts up. So they might put themselves across as like a tough cookie, is what I'm hearing, like a tough cookie. But that doesn't mean that they're tough inside. They're like a marshmallow inside, but they're a tough cookie on the outside. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. Please drop your comment below if you would like to be interested in a free reading with me. Be sure to also hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you're chosen the winner. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.